It's 107.7 The Bone, Baby Huey and Chasta here. Chasta, we're out here broadcasting live. Day number 2 of the Afterschock Festival. And this is such an exciting moment right now. We're talking to a band that I think pretty much everyone at work told us we need to talk to him.
Yeah.
So it's awesome to finally get to talk to this guy.
Well, and hometown boy, Ben Flanagan of Black Map. What's going on?
How are you? Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I enjoy your station very much.
Thank you. Well, you're from Alameda, right? Are you from Alameda?
I grew up in North Carolina. Are you the mayor?
Yeah.
I need to talk to you about some civic issues then. There's a really bad, I was never one of these people that like thought about these things, but now that I'm like in my mid-30s, I'm like, there's this one traffic light that needs to change, and there's this other thing, and
adulting.
Yeah, I'm like ready to go to meetings and just be lame.
Well, it's great to actually talk to you in person, meet you in person as well. So yeah, like when the lineup got announced, literally a handful of our coworkers are like, "You need to talk to Black Map," and we're like, "Okay." And so you got it all set up. But yeah, everyone at work is like, "This is the band you need to check out this weekend at Aftershock." Not to blow smoke up your ass, but yeah, it really was. But it's awesome. But yeah, we have a mutual friend, Tim Webb, who we work with. You go way back with Tim.
Sure.
Even Andrew, our promotion director, was like, "You need to talk to Black Map." And but yeah, also Tim's like, "Yeah, you know he lives in Alameda." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
"We're Islanders."
I know. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to give your
address.
But like, what part of Alameda are you in? Like, which?
What area?
Like on the Webster side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So right near the like Faction Brewery and.
Oh, okay. So you're way on the east end over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We're not that far out, but yeah, Alameda, for those of you who don't know, is awesome. It's a little island south of Oakland, and our gym is right next to the brewery. So go work out, and then I put it right back on with.
On my running shoe, I have a charm that says "Run for beer." So
there you go.
That's the only way to do it. You work out.
It just kind of evens out.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. That's the only reason I run is to burn the calories from beer.
Exactly. Put it right back on.
That's very cool. So I'm closer to Park Street.
Okay, cool.
So, but one of these days
you're on the fancy side.
Actually, no. To be honest,
this is radio money versus rock and roll money.
No, honestly, I'm in my dad's house. Money.
That's
radio talk. No, but yeah, I'm not too far from Park Street, but we'll break it down after. But one of these nights we need to get some beers, or
I'd love to.
Lucky 13 or Lost Weekend or something like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So I got to tell you, I'm a little bit amazed and jealous. You're playing with Chevelle, one of my favorite bands of all time.
Cool.
How has that been going?
Yeah, so we finished tour with them maybe a month ago or so, but we've toured with them probably 5 times.
5 times.
They're
incredible.
close friends of ours. We were just so lucky. I mean, we started this band as kind of just 3 guys in a room that had obviously been in other bands, but we didn't know what this would be. And then literally after recording a couple songs, Chevelle was like, "Come tour with us." And we pretty much owe, like the fact that we're here today, we owe it to them because they've taken us out continuously. We toured, with them in Bush, and we went to Europe with them. So, we're just, not that they need us, but we're huge champions of them, and they're the best guys, and they're an awesome band.
What's your direct connection with them? How did that whole thing start?
They go back with Mark and Chris, the guitar player and drummer, were in bands Dredge and Far, who both toured with them.
Gotcha.
So I think when we did this, they were interested. And, I think if the music sucked, they wouldn't have taken us out.
Yeah, for sure.
But, we had an in for them to at least listen to it. And, they knew we weren't going to trash back stages. And we did a couple times, actually. But they knew we were...
You have to a little bit, yeah.
They knew we were going to behave. And, no, they've been awesome to us.
That's so cool. I remember I think it was a few weeks ago, Dave Grohl was talking about going out on tour, even at festivals, and he goes and like knocks on people's door and does like a shot with them to see who's cool and see who's down and see who's not. And I remember being backstage at Nickelback one time, and Chad was carrying a big bottle of wine, kind of doing the same thing. Do you find that that's kind of a theme, like everybody kind of gets together like family, not directly with like your tour mates, because obviously, but like at these festivals, do you guys all hang?
Sure, no, absolutely. And like yesterday particularly, we heard, Nothing More was here, and Greta and Highly Suspect, and all these bands we've played with before, and everybody recognizes each other. Front of house, back of house. The bands, the tour managers, everything, and the world gets smaller and smaller the more that you tour.
Yeah.
So it's great. I mean, I've hugged so many people today that aren't musicians that people might not recognize, but we're talking about a tour manager for one band ends up, when that tour ends, he goes and tour managers for Hailstorm or Five Finger Death Punch or Chevelle. So you have all these connections, and
it really is
an
a
awesome,
rock and roll family.
It is, yeah.
Or a rock and roll circus, either way you look at it.
Both, yeah.
So how was it for you to perform today at Aftershock? I know you and I were talking the other night, and you've been coming here regularly, but to actually perform here at Aftershock, I'm sure it must be an exciting moment for you guys.
It was awesome. I've been coming. I've been to this festival the last 3 years because it's the closest hard rock festival, and I love Outside Lands in San Francisco, and I love a good dichotomy of all sorts of different music. But this is the bands that have played here the past few years. A couple years ago, Deftones and Faith No More, and then Weezer and Primus, and all these awesome bands. So to be a part of it was great. It was a killer crowd for us at noon. I thought everyone would be hungover.
No.
Maybe they were, but there's a few thousand people.
Still out
it was
there,
awesome.
yeah.
It was great. So we're stoked.
Did you have a lot of family and friends make the drive up here from Alameda or from the Bay Area?
Yeah, we did. Our drummer lives here, so his mom and his kids are here,
cool.
and that's cool. It's a family affair. It's awesome.
He lives here in Sac?
Our drummer lives in Sac,
Okay.
and then
how do rehearsals go for you guys then?
he comes down to Oakland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we rehearse in Oakland.
You make him drive.
We make him drive. Yeah, because Mark's in San Francisco, I'm in Oakland, so it makes sense. But
yeah.
he's okay getting out of the heat every now and then.
Yeah,
up
I would
here,
imagine so.
I was going to say, so Tim was telling me, so I guess you and Mark were roommates for a long time.
Yeah.
So what was it like that time together? Were you guys like writing a lot of music together, or was it like when you guys separated, it was a little more easier to write music apart?
No, that's how the band started. I mean, Mark and I literally, it's surreal to think about because we had our other bands and he still has Dredge, but we were just getting beers and we were talking about doing a band that was really heavy. And we just thought how kind of fun and cathartic that would be. And we texted our friend Chris, who was one of our favorite drummers growing up, and he's just like, I'm down. And we got in a room, we wrote 4 songs, and now we've gotten toured Europe twice, toured the States 11 times, and gotten to do all this really awesome stuff. So it's just cool. It just shows, just do things, start things, be active, because that's what this story is. We wanted to do something different, and we've got to do a lot of really cool stuff because of it.
Yeah. When you talk about this story, of music for you guys, we always ask the same question every interview of our rock stars because we find that we get the best answers. So are you familiar with the movie Almost Famous?
Sure.
Okay. The last scene of that movie, the question is asked, what do you love about music? So Ben Flanagan, what do you love about music?
The catharsis, the release. There's nothing else. There's just nothing else like it. I mean, maybe if you're a professional athlete or something, that might be the closest thing. But getting to be up there with just 2 other guys and looking out at that crowd today, and the release you get, is just amazing. And I can't think of anything else that really compares to it. Maybe sex. But it's different.
But that's with only one person. Maybe
hey.
not. That depends.
We go to different parties.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
You're the rock star.
I'm just kidding.
Not.
No, I'm married. I'm a good boy. But
good.
Anyway, no, it's just a really unique release. It's a really unique feeling that I can't get from anything else. And when I've been lucky enough to play in front of a lot of people, it's just an amazing feeling. I'm lucky.
You just reminded me of a quote. Janis Joplin is my favorite of all time, and
nice.
She said that music for her being on stage was like making love to 50,000 people at one time and then going home alone. It's a tragic quote because she was very lonely, but it was interesting that she kind of made that equation of music and lovemaking as well.
Sure.
You get that like energy that is like a high, I think.
It is.
No,
it really
so we
is.
all are jealous of you that you get to do that on stage.
That's awesome.
It's the beauty of a rock star.
Well, Ben, hey, listen, I know you got a busy schedule. We appreciate making the time, your hometown station.
Yeah.
Just curious, real quick, though, what's next for the band as far as rest of the year and maybe early 2018?
So, we've been touring 7 out of 10 months, so we're going to take a little break.
Okay.
And but we're currently recording, not a full-length record, but 4 songs. We did 2, we did 3 actually just in Long Island a couple weeks ago. Then we're going to do 2 in Oakland.
Okay.
And release either some singles coming out in the early part of the next year, or it'll be an EP. We're not sure the form that it'll take,
Okay.
but we're going to release new music probably February or March.
Awesome. Well, hey, listen, you can reach out to us anytime when you need something. And I encourage all listeners to get your latest album in droves. Black Map, it just sounds amazing. It's badass. And like we said, everyone at work was telling us you're the #1 band we have to go see and
that's
talk
awesome.
to.
That's
awesome.
So thank you again. And like I said, I hope to see you in Alameda someday
Absolutely.
soon.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.